Thanks. Serge and I are really excited to be here today with you. We are super passionate about retail investing. We're only focused on making retail investing easier for the consumer. And we've spent a lot of time playing around in the space, both of us in all of our career. One of the things that we realized with the number of trades that are happening on mobile devices, doubling year on year, is that a lot of users were confused and they were frustrated with the friction of going between apps to make a trade. They didn't know how to do it. They didn't know whether they needed to go to a website. And it really was a big opportunity for us to introduce our first product, which we're going to show you, which is called Trade It. After we developed Trade It, some of our broker partners came to us and said, well, that's great. You've solved for 50% of our needs of getting volume in our doors. What about getting us new accounts? So we're going to give you the world debut of our second product, which is a brokerage exchange today. I'm going to start with our patent pending product, which is Trade It. There are 12 apps that are using our APIs and our SDK to integrate Trade It today. We're going to show you one of the apps that has integrated it, which is Stock Tracker. On average, there's around a $12,000 order placement on Stock Tracker today with the brokers that we're working with. Stock Tracker, as you can see, is a really comprehensive app that many active traders like to use. It's fast and secure and gives users the ability to hold their credentials in Touch ID. You can link your account and make trades straight from Stock Tracker. I'm interested in Netflix today. So I hit Netflix. They've integrated our technology. I can buy. I use my thumbprint to authenticate. I choose my Fidelity account with my thumbprint and my credentials already stored, and I place a limit order. It's going to note that I have two accounts with Fidelity. I have a rollover and an individual account. I choose the account that I want to make the trade from. And fast, secure, and safely, I've made a trade from Stock Tracker. It's available today in 12 apps, and we're growing the network rather quickly. It's great for brokers because it brings them volume. It's great for users because you can trade fastly and securely, and we all know that time is money. So the feedback from some of the brokers, some that I just mentioned, was, what about how do you open an account for us? There's no one that's been able to create an online application for a mobile brokerage site that's really easy, that isn't clumsy, and that doesn't take days and paperwork for a user to do. So we took the challenge, and we gave ourselves the challenge of being able to do an application that's both fast, it's funded, and it's qualified in under 3 minutes. So I'm going to introduce to you now our broker exchange. It's a brokerage marketplace. The first thing that you'll note on this screen is that there's not a lot of design on it. That's intentional. So we've chosen to create a distributed brokerage exchange that can sit on any of the network that we've developed. So any of the 12 apps that we're working with and anyone else that's interested can take this brokerage exchange and offer it up to their customers and for monetization or for their brokerage partners. In our case, some of our broker partners are asking the app developers to integrate the brokerage exchange to allow them to get funded qualified accounts more easily in under 3 minutes. So let's go step by step. So I'd give you the challenge. You can time me to see if it takes us under 3 minutes. The first thing that you see is that it wants my personal information. You've already heard today that you can do license capture. So we're not inventing anything new here, but it grabs my information. You all now know where I live. I identify the information. I validate that is my information. Next thing we do is we ask for your social security number. We do this early in the account setup because while you're completing the rest of this pre-approval, we're going to be doing a background check and get your credit score so that we can hand that off to the brokers when they decide whether or not they want to make you an offer for an account. So here I say I'm interested in options because that's important to the brokers to know what type of account you're looking for. I'm sort of price sensitive, so I'll go for lower commissions and free trades. Again, this is useful information for the brokers to identify whether or not you're a valuable customer to them. And then this is a really critical piece of feedback that we got from the brokers. Can I actually fund an account today? So using some of the technology that we've identified in the Valley, we are able to link to most bank accounts in the country. So I say I'll put $1,000 in. I link my Bank of America account. I put in my credentials. I've shared these with my partner Serge and trust that he isn't going to do anything bad with them. You're going to see that I have hopefully a bunch of money in there, and Serge will do that now that he knows my password, and you all do too. And you'll see that I have I don't know, $14,000 available to fund this account, which is really useful information when you're a broker to know that the user has the money available. If you're going to approve them, you can go and grab this money with their sign-up process. So I'll go to the next step, and you'll see that it goes to the brokers and shows them the information that we know about you. We know how much funds you have available, we've done a background check on you, and we have a good sense of what type of customer you're going to be for them. And in this case, it looks like Options House is the best bet for me. And I'm the type of customer that Options House wants to put a valuable offer in front of. So this is where it gets really interesting for us. So rather than have you go through all the steps that any broker might ask you to do, we're going to actually just put you through the steps that Options House would require to make this account both funded, active, and live for you to start trading right away. So I hit Options House. I say I'm going to do 0 to 35 trades a year. I'm going to add my employment information via my LinkedIn profile. I validate it. It's going to ask me where my employer's address to validate it. Again, we can auto-generate the list, and I can choose the address. You see that I work downtown here in New York City. You can see it asks me some questions about whether or not I have anyone that's in the securities industry or anyone that's a public shareholder or working for a public company. I get through all those screens, and I sign my name, and I send the application in, and I can have a funded account with Options House in under 3 minutes. So you can see we're working with the brokers now to refine this process and have it distributed on our app partners by Q4. You can find more out about us by visiting us in the exhibition hall or going to trade.it. Thanks for your time.